Hey guys, Steven here. So Jonah's here with us today, and he's here to share his story with you. So I won't interfere any further. Jonah, fire away.
I've always had a problem connecting with people. That's been a struggle in my life since I was very young. And it's changed recently, but back then it led me to the deepest bouts of depression, led me to an obsession with death, an inability to really connect with people and have sufficient relationships, and it led me to some pretty dumb and bad things. I think it probably has to do with me being adopted, and I never really felt connected with my parents or anyone else really. And long story short, later on I figured out the easiest way to connect with people is if I could lie to them. Now, those of you who recognize this as a bad thing, good for you. Because this was definitely a bad thing. I may have helped a couple people along the way, that was my intention, but it was definitely not the way to go about it. And after years and years of this, it just sort of became commonplace. It gave me a bit of a god complex, admittedly. And at a certain point, I picked up acting. I went to a great studio that really helped me out. Now you would think a pathological liar going to a place that essentially teaches you how to lie is a bad thing. But the opposite happened. It taught me how to be honest and vulnerable, and that was the first time I started having like major breakthroughs in that. I slowly stopped lying, but not for a while. It took until a couple traumatic things happened that I won't necessarily go into. And it took me meeting a really cool person that you may have heard of by the name of Stephen Green. He taught me a lot of things I didn't necessarily know about life, and it really helped me progress and move forward, and that's when I really did decide to stop lying altogether and to cut out a lot of the bad things I was doing. And it definitely helped that at the time my acting studio let the students write their own work, and I remembered how much I loved writing when I was younger, and I completely blocked out that I used to be a little poet, and so I started writing raps and plays and screenplays, and it was the only way I could really get my emotions out, which probably isn't the best thing in the world, but hey, it was something, and it really did help me move forward and stay positive throughout it, and I got to some really dark places that I don't think I would be here today because of it if it weren't for writing. Writing, acting, they really did keep me alive. And because of that, because of Steven, because of the Actors Studio, because of a lot of my close friends and how I started to perceive life again, I sort of got a grip of myself and my current situation, managed to move forward, using the arts to keep me alive and keep pushing forward. And that's about it. Actually, take that back. There are a couple things I want to mention. So I mentioned that I was adopted, and that did sort of mess with me, but not in the way you would really expect. It left a bit of a hole, and when I ended up meeting some members of my birth family, not in person, but I knew they existed, that really shocked my world, because these are people I am bloodly connected with. Connection, real connection, and it really did change me for both better and worse. That's a whole other story to go into, but that did affect me, especially because I don't necessarily get along with all of my parents. I mean, we're fine, but we have a lot of problems in of itself, and sometimes stuff happens, and that's fine. I still love them. Something I definitely want to get into for those kids who this has happened to. I was a self-harmer for a long amount of time. I was not able to really properly deal with a lot of emotions. And anger really came over me. I was a bit of a pacifist, despite me wanting to get involved with martial arts and stuff. I do not like hurting people, so instead of outwardly lashing out, I would lash out towards myself. And that's something you don't want to do. It really does linger, and I just want to say, there's always something else to do. And I never really did it with suicidal intent, but it still hurts in a lot of ways. So don't do that. Self-harm is not a good thing to do. That should go without saying, actually. But stay safe and all of that. All right, I think I'm done now. And for the record, if any of you guys want to reach out to me, talk about problems, or if you're just lonely, my email should be right here. And yeah, I'd be happy to talk to you guys or help with anything that I can.
Well, thank you so much for being here today, Jonah. Really appreciated sharing your story. And remember, guys, don't do anything the unicorn wouldn't do.
What?
See you guys next time. So, Jonah, you mentioned that you rap earlier. Are we talking like gift rap or?
Steven, it's more along the lines of, wake up from damn nightmares, but don't need to be scared anymore. Open more doors, now I'm feeling prepared. Feeling like I really need to be here, even though demons are near. Devil in the hallways, always, till I blow brains like I'm Cobain. But it ain't gonna work no way. Stay strong, stone face. Stay away from old ways. Okay, made me insane. Psyche did break, but shattered pieces made a mosaic. Gotta make it to the next day to see light. Otherwise, eternal night of repetition and loss. I must fight till the day you die like Dalek.
It's a Doctor Who reference.
It's not.
It's totally Doctor Who reference.
It's not at all.
Exterminator.
Oh,
Exterminator. Very judged right now. Don't judge me.
Alright, serious face.
Are you ready?
You're a tiger. You're a tiger.
You're a tiger.
I'm a tiger. Alright.
Acting class 101.
You're a tiger.
Before you go on, make sure to tell yourself, I'm a tiger.
Definitely. It's an unsung rule. You don't hear about it very often.